Well, this night ended dramatically. Let me explain to you what I just saw. Good morning from the breakfast buffet here on the Costa Luminosa. It's my first full day on the ship. I boarded the ship yesterday and I slept so well last night. If you watch my video from boarding the ship yesterday, you'll see that the night before I boarded the ship, I hardly slept at all, and it's because I spent the night with a woman. If you want all those details, you have to go watch that video. The buffet here so far looks really nice. And I got a coffee. And look at this coffee. I feel like a giant. This is my first trip to the buffet here, and it's looking pretty good. And because what I had yesterday in the main dining room, which was also good, but it was basically only carbohydrates and cheese, which is not all that uncommon for my diet, but I decided I needed to have some fresh fruit today, so I got some grapefruit and some melon, and they also have more fresh fruit, but this is what I decided I wanted. And because it was there and it looked so good, I also got a piece of focaccia, a little baby chocolate croissant, and a cannoli. And we are in Valencia, Spain today, which is the only port on this trip that I haven't been to. Can't leave the ship unless we booked and paid for an official excursion, and there were none of them that really made me feel like, yeah, I need to pay, 35, 40, 45 euros to walk off the ship to see that. So I'll check it out next time and just enjoy the ship. I want to tell you about something I've been working on, not only because I want to maybe inspire you to do the same thing, but sometimes saying something out loud and telling other people about it makes you more motivated to continue it and more accountable, I guess, is that the word? And this doesn't have anything to do with cruising or travel necessarily, but it's something I experience a lot when I travel, and something I've witnessed on this cruise has reminded me again that this is something I want to work on. So here we go. By the way, the crew member corona test is happening over on the other side here, and when they're done, they walk around here, and 3 people have walked past by here sneezing now just from getting the test. So if you hear people sneezing in the background, it's because they're getting their noses swabbed right over there. All right, what I'm trying to work on is to be less judgmental about people in my head. And let me tell you about what I saw today and what happens in my head and what I'm trying to change. And watch this whole thing before you maybe comment or comment something good or something critical, okay? The outdoor pool on this ship is way at the back of the ship. There's no midship pool, which I think is a really strange design choice, something I definitely don't prefer. I love to have a great big open midship area, which this ship does not have. Anyways, the smoking area, or a smoking area, is back there. And 2 times that I've walked through there already now, I've seen these 2 dudes, probably around my age, smoking cigars. And one of them is very overweight, and also not only sitting there overweight smoking a cigar, but also coughing a lot. And, I feel like this is somebody who's made probably some poor decisions about his nutrition, about his exercise. And then I don't know if he smokes a big fat cigar every day when he's at home. Maybe it's just while he's here on vacation, and maybe, his lungs aren't used to it, and that's why he's coughing. But here's the thing. Why is that any of my business? Why am I thinking about it? And why do Why do I see it and then start judging this guy? The only way this affects me, what he's doing, is
I have to smell that stinky cigar when I walk through there.
and so does everybody else sitting there. But otherwise, his level of fitness, his health situation, if he's, got something going on with his lungs from smoking too much or whatever, that's not my problem. And I'm trying to actively stop doing that in my head. This is just one of many situations, where I see something, I see a person acting a certain way, or I see a person dressed a certain way, or I see a person who looks a certain way, and then I start judging them. I'm trying to stop doing that. And I also wanted to remind myself, okay, yeah, this guy probably should not be smoking. I mean, we know nobody should be smoking, but especially a guy, in this kind of shape should not be smoking, and definitely not smoking cigars regularly. But of course, looking at him, that's an obvious conclusion you can come to, but I make poor choices that affect my health as well. I have high cholesterol, and what did I eat yesterday? Basically, carbs and cheese and fat, basically. That was what I had for dinner last night. And that's just as bad for me, probably, as the cigars are for that dude, but it's less obvious because you can't see that I have high cholesterol, whereas his difficulties with his health, I'm trying to think of a nice way to say it, are more obvious because they're, there on the outside. Anyway, so I'm trying to do less of that. While I go through this process, I'm finding it becomes quickly more evident when it starts happening in my head. You know what I mean? And then it's not that I don't shame myself or feel guilty for doing it. I mean, y'all knew I grew up Catholic, so
I always feel guilty for something.
But just sort of observing it and knowing when it happens and trying to sort of push it away. I don't know. That's what I'm trying to do. And I encourage you to do that too, just because you never really know what somebody else is going through, what the situation is for them, and unless it's something that's directly affecting you in an uncomfortable, unfair, or inappropriate way, I guess, just try to leave it alone.
Maybe I was blind, too scared of the lonely. Maybe I just needed someone to hold me.
All the signs were there that this wasn't working, and after a while I just couldn't take the hurt. It left a hole in my chest on the day that she left, but it was for the best.
Oh my gosh, you all. I just came back to the cabin really quickly before going up to the buffet for lunch for the first time, and I have to let you listen to the squeakiness of my cabin door. Hold on. Say what? I mean, if I do it fast, it sounds like somebody screaming. Or moaning out in pain. And what confuses me is that's not something that the cabin steward would not notice. So it's weird that it hasn't been fixed, I don't think a door is supposed to make that sound. And, if I'm coming back from something, late at night, or if I'm leaving my cabin early in the morning, my neighbors are going to hear that. Should I say something? I feel like maybe it can't be fixed because otherwise
It should have been fixed.
Not complaining, just pointing it out. My balcony door does not squeak, which is nice. And like I said in the first video, this is a very spacious balcony. It's very deep. Other ships I've been on, newer ships, more expensive ships, have not had this much balcony space. So that's a big thumbs up. And you can see the city back there, where I won't be going into this time, but maybe next time. I wanted to ask you all, what is the most beautiful port you've been to what am I trying to say? A lot of ports, especially It seems like in Mediterranean ports, a lot of the ports are very industrial looking. Like what's right next to the ship is not so pretty. And then the city or the scenery is further away. But what's a port that you can remember or that you've been to that like right next to the ship, it's gorgeous? Let me know your opinion in the comments below. There's a few that I can think of. Just about any of the ports in the Virgin Islands are amazing, and Labadee is also pretty cool. Those are just some that I can think of off the top of my head, but let me know yours in the comments below. I don't know if you can see it out there, but there's some sailing training happening. I wish I was out there. The dinner I had last night in the main dining room was absolutely fine. It was much better than a lot of people would have had me expect it to be. And I'm really curious to head up there now for the lunchtime buffet to see what it's like. Should we go? Are you ready? Come on.
How could I know all of those tears, they were worth it? And baby, you and me, we deserve this. So happy it is.
Well, this doesn't look bad at all. This is a combination of stuff from the inside buffet, and then there's like a little snack bar out here on the side of the indoor pool. So we've got some fried mozzarella balls. Couldn't say no to those. Grilled zucchini, another piece of the fantastic focaccia. This is baked lasagna, vegetarian lasagna. This is a zucchini roll with, I think that's filled with cheese. Here we have some couscous and a salad. I mean, a lot of people were telling me I was going to be disappointed with the food on Costa, but sorry, hasn't happened yet. Look at this beautiful fried mozzarella. Crunchy on the outside, creamy and stretchy on the inside. It's like a fancy Italian version of a Wisconsin cheese curd. By the way, I'm just now realizing or thinking about what I said before and the fact that I've included fried cheese balls to my lunch. There we go. I've tried everything now, and the couscous is good. That zucchini roll, you know, is kind of like a variation of sushi in a way. It was good. And the only thing I don't really need is the lasagna. It's just, there's just so much cream in here. It's like, you know, it tastes good, but it's just kind of not worth the calories. And I'm in the indoor pool area, so I'm indoors. Duh. And even though it's kind of chilly outside, sitting here with the sun blaring in on me, I had to take off my long sleeve shirt. So that's nice. I'm not interested in having a dessert this afternoon, but I'm going to take you to look at the desserts so all my sweet tooth fans of the Netflix series and of things like cake can see what else is being offered. Walking through the colorful buffet here, and here they are. It's not a huge selection, but we have some panna cotta, banana coconut cake, chocolate mousse, and mango cream cake. And I just got a message that one of you, Wendy, is over there on the AIDA ship. I can see her on her balcony. It's hard to tell, I'm sure you can't really see, but that's her right there. There she is waving again. That was fun, Wendy, thank you. I've never done something like that before. Cool. You can kind of see the AIDA ship back there. And Wendy just wrote to me something that I don't really understand, and that is we're not allowed to leave the ship unless we book an official excursion, and the reason that they told us was because of the regulations, but they are, and that doesn't make sense to me. I mean, I'm assuming that everybody on board the AIDA ship is either German or definitely from the European Union, and that's pretty much the same with this ship too, I would think. So why could they just go off on their own accord and we can't? I don't know. If any of you have any ideas, let me know. Just regrouping here back in the cabin, and I got a note. They're sending me a lot of stuff in German because I booked from Germany. And anyways, what this says is we would like to inform you that due to a regulation from the Italian government that I will need to take a COVID test before leaving the ship. and it's the Italian government. It says before you return to Italy, but I'm not returning to Italy. I'm going to Barcelona, and as far as I know, Barcelona is in Spain, unless I missed something. But anyways, I'm not going to fight about it. There is, however, something I need to make a telephone call about, and that's what I want to do right now. I opened up the app and looked at my onboard account and thought, okay, well, there really shouldn't be anything in there other than I think $100 that I took out to play in the casino. I did buy the drink package and a massage, but I paid for those in advance. But in my onboard account portfolio in the app, it's charging me for the drink package, and it's charging me more than 200 euros more than what I already paid in advance. So I definitely have to get that worked out. I have an issue with my onboard account. Can I speak with you about it? Okay, thank you. Well, I purchased the My Drinks package online before the cruise began, and also paid for it before the cruise began. And now there's a charge for some kind of drinks package in my onboard account, but I think that's incorrect. Exactly. I did not. Yes, I do. Luminosa, yeah, 0000. Okay, at gmail. Okay, thank you. Bye. All right, so it seems weird to me that I just sent an official document to clear up something about my bill to a Gmail address, but she seemed to be very eager to help me figure it out, so that's a plus. It's just weird. I feel like the reception should have a Costa.it address or something like that, and not a Gmail address. I'm sure they're breaking some kind of privacy laws or business laws or something. And now I wait. Actually, she just called back right now before I could even get up. She noticed a mistake that I made, and on the bill that I have saying that I booked the package in advance, it does say this is to be paid at the end of your cruise. I thought I had already paid for it, but apparently not. I'm gonna have to check my credit card bill though, because I feel like I had to enter my credit card information. I don't know, but she said, so there's a mistake in the app. And if you see, this is what it looks like when I just open my expenses in the app. But she said, if you download the PDF, in the PDF, which I'm showing you here, then it's the correct price. That's confusing, but at least I guess it's worked out now. Anyways, nap time. Well, this night ended dramatically. Let me explain to you what I just saw, and really interested in your opinion about this. It's late night cocktail cam, everybody, and I made it past midnight. It is It's 1:16 in the morning. Staying up late. I am just getting back to my cabin at the end of the night and starting my transfer of the video files. And I want to tell you about the whole day and then tell you about what just happened like half an hour ago. Hey everybody, excuse the interruption. I just want to let you know that what you're about to see is a much shortened version of everything I talked about in Cocktail Cam that night, but I'm going to upload the entire version as a separate video too, right here on this channel. So when you're done watching this one, if you want to see more about what happened that day and that night, go watch the other video too. I just wanted to keep it a little bit shorter so it got to the juicy stuff quicker, okay? Have fun. Okay, now I want to get to what just happened just shortly before I came up here to hit the sack for the night. Every night at midnight is when the party starts happening in the disco, in the dance club. And I didn't make it there last night. I went to bed. If you watched yesterday's video, you know I went to bed very early. So today I planned my day around staying up late, including having a later lunch, having a later dinner, taking a long nap in the afternoon. I scheduled it all around being able to stay up later so I could go and see what this late night party is like. I also went to the show tonight with a very interesting dance and sort of circus arts duo who did pretty entertaining, about I think 35-minute show. After that, I played a little bit in the casino and went to one of the other bars, and then I went to the disco. So in the disco, not a lot of people there. I'm sure I was talking with another crew member who was like, yeah, this is really strange. Usually at this time of night on these cruises, this party is like packed full and a lot of energy, and it was not like that at all. In fact, the only group of people on the dance floor was a group of teenagers and children. There is no kids club events on this cruise. I told you in the very first video that they handed us out a thing saying that the kids club is canceled, but there is a teens meeting every day. It's called Friends of Teens. I've seen it on the plan, and so they meet to play like ping pong, they meet to play basketball, stuff like that. And so there is a little community of young people on the ship. Let's say it's like 12 kids that I've seen sort of navigating around the ship, and we're going to say they're in ages between 8 and let's say 17. So they were the only people on the dance floor in the disco. It's a relatively small dance floor the way this is set up. And then I'm not going to describe anything about him other than say that this is a male identifying person, probably about my age, who also joined the dance floor. Exactly what he looked like, exactly what he was wearing, I guess that shouldn't make a difference for this story, so I'm gonna leave it out. He's on the dance floor too, and it's him and this group of, let's say, teens and children. And already his body language was a little bit odd. It was obvious that he was very drunk. And it just was immediately uncomfortable. So other than the teens and this guy, there's a couple couples over here and me and a couple couples over there. And then in all these booths and seats are like the parents of these young people. And immediately when he got on the dance floor, I noticed the tension next to me because I think there was something strange about this picture. And this guy kept dancing closer and closer to the kids, and then eventually, I'm just going to call them kids. These kids are standing in a circle, and eventually this adult man who has no relation to any of these kids is standing in the middle of the kids and dancing. At that point, one of the moms of the kids goes up and she takes her kids off the dance floor. This guy, I don't know if he noticed it or whatever. Anyways, he moves away again, back to the non-populated side of the dance floor, let's say that. Then a little bit of time goes by and those kids go back on the dance floor, and these are the youngest kids, so it's a little girl, she's probably 8 years old, and a little boy, he's probably like, I don't know, 6, 7 years old. And as soon as this little girl goes back on the dance floor, this guy starts wandering back towards the kids. And then he's in the middle of the circle of kids again, and he reaches out his hand toward the girl to sort of dance with her. And then the mom and the dad of the girl quickly get up, go over there, and they push him away from the group of kids, and quickly escalates into almost a fist fight. That's the situation. And so at this moment, I would like to hear what you think of this situation, how you would react if it was your kid, and how you feel like it is with you as an adult. And now I'm going to tell you how I feel about it right after this commercial break. I feel like if he had no connection to any of these young people, especially this little girl, then he has no business dancing with them. Not their generation, not related to them, should not be dancing with them. Can be on the dance floor, no problem. Should be, if the kids are over here, he should be over there. Then, if the little girl, for some reason, thinks, oh, this guy's funny, I want to dance with him, then I feel like he should have at least not touched her, or, somehow found a way to connect with the parents and be like, oh, your little girl's dancing with me, is this okay? Okay, let's be honest. First of all, you just don't get in that situation, right? And if the parent, or any other adult for that matter, or one of these young people gives you a sign that you're not welcome there, then that means time to go, right? So the mom and the dad of this little girl get up there, they're pushing him away, and he's arguing with them like, hey, what's the problem? We're just dancing. We're just having fun. It's a dance club. We're here to dance. And yeah, all of a sudden then, so the music goes off, the lights go on, all the bar staff surround these people, separating them from each other. And this dude, instead of apologizing and being like, okay, I'm sorry, you're right, I'm sorry, I was wrong, please accept my apology, I'm a little bit, tipsy, I didn't mean any harm, I'm going to bed now, forgive me. He was like arguing with them, arguing with the parents, arguing with the staff, just really odd. I was like, dude, just call it a day. There's no reason to argue about this. Just call it a day. But he would not give up, and then there was like an officer came in, and he's arguing with the officer. I think he even pushed the officer. No, I don't think. I saw it. He put his hand like on the officer's head, and I don't know if he was demonstrating what the dad did to him, but it seemed weird to me. I wouldn't be surprised if, tomorrow's the sea day. I wouldn't be surprised if I don't see this guy on the cruise anymore. Actually, I will be surprised if I do see him, and I will let you know. But yeah, so the party was then over. So they turned on the lights, they shut off the music, and then, everybody was like, okay, so what's happening now? And then after about 20 minutes, they closed the bar, and party was over. And now we came back up here. So that's what I stayed up late for. And that is your late night cocktail cam. Tomorrow's a sea day. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, but I am sure that in just a couple days, there will be another video from this ship on this channel, the Very Unofficial Travel Guides, and I'm so looking forward to bringing it to you. So make sure you're subscribed and check that notification button, and I'll see you soon. Good night.